So, what should you be doing when you're in the rocking chair, holding your infant and getting used to him and her, and she or he getting used to you? Humming, singing nursery rhymes, relaxing, setting a tone where the child feels comfortable, just listening. Because that's what the skill is we're trying to build. Listening. Listening and feeling comfortable being quiet. Because when a child is able to do that, then a child is able to follow directions, a child is able to listen to the different sounds, and a child is ready to learn. So that's why it's so important to invest money in a nice rocking chair. From then on, what you want to do is that you want to talk to your child as much as possible. So many of my parents say to me, "Oh my gosh, when I see you work and you are constantly talking, that would tire me out." But the thing is that would it really? What could you be doing? How do you input talking to your infant? How do you input talking to your toddler and to your preschooler? After a while it becomes natural. What you do is during bathing time, when it's still an infant, and you talk about the body parts, and you talk about how soft he or she is, and you build all this vocabulary as you're washing your baby, as you're holding your baby. One thing that I really like is the holders that face this way. I'm sorry, I have a problem with the holders that face the child outward, because that's also a developmental thing. Yes, at a certain age, the child will be able to focus on the outside world. But when that child is new and you want to be doing things around the house and talking to him or her, then one of those holders that face this way promotes sensory input, promotes listening, and promotes contact. And it's also something that you can use while you are working. When you're in the kitchen or when you're sitting in the living room, you could be talking to your child about things that you need to do. For instance, "Oh my gosh, we need to go to the store." You know what we need to buy at the store? We need to buy eggs and bacon and etc., etc., etc. And you may think this is silly, but your child is listening the entire time. So what you're doing is you're building exposure. And yes, the other step is exposure. How many places can you take your child? You should be taking your child to the park every day. You should be taking your child to the supermarket. You should be taking your child to the pet store. These are places that build vocabulary. This is another necessary step to the reading process, vocabulary. So you have listening, attending, vocabulary. The other thing is teaching your child to listen when you call. Now we've moved on from the infancy stage, but we also are working on the stages as far as toddlers. Now you may say, "My child isn't working. Why would I say come, come, come?" But the thing is that when your husband, significant other, grandmother, or whoever's holding, you could be saying to her, "Oh, come, bring Johnny. Johnny, come. Johnny, come. Peter, come. Mary, come." And what they hear is the come word, like, "Oh, we're supposed to be moving." So those are certain things that you can be doing throughout your day. And the park, you ask me, why is the park important? The park is important because your child gets to see other children prior to interacting them. You get to talk. They get to see the flow of conversation when you're talking to another parent. And also, I must say, what happens when a child goes to the park every day is that they get tired. They just get tired from being outside. And what that does is that calms the child down so that when it's time to put him or her to bed for the nap, then they're ready to go. There are so many things that you may say are not, or may not think are related or not related to reading, that really are. These type of routines build your child a perception of what's going to happen next. It also readies them to understand. And one of the things about reading, which we'll go on about, is inference. So when a child is in different situations, a child is constantly picking up information. And this is what you will later hear me say is prior knowledge. Infancy, toddlers, before they're walking, it doesn't matter. What you want to build is exposure, attending, and following directions. Thank you very much for this episode. There will be a series.
Okay, you can talk. Good.